All right, let's talk about running a full Ethereum node on a Raspberry Pi. Sounds kind of wild, right? But stick with me, because today we're going to build our very own personal gateway to the decentralized world. I mean, just think about that for a second. What if the most powerful tool for your crypto freedom could literally fit in the palm of your hand? It's a huge idea, right? This idea that you don't need some giant humming data center to get real digital sovereignty. We're going to break down exactly how this tiny little computer can give you that raw, unfiltered, direct connection to the entire Ethereum network. Okay, so before we jump into the how-to, we really got to talk about the why. I mean, why bother doing this when you've got apps for everything, right? Well, the answer? It's a lot bigger and more important than you might think. See, whenever you use most wallets or dApps, you're not actually talking directly to Ethereum. You're just borrowing someone else's view of the network. You're pinging a server run by some company, and you're basically just asking them, hey, what's my balance? Did my transaction go through? You're trusting them to give you the right answer. And when you lay it all out, the difference is just night and day. Using a public node, well, they can see your IP address, they can log your activity. You're just hoping they're showing you the real uncensored state of the network. But running your own node, man, that changes the whole game. Your privacy is back in your hands. You're not trusting, you're verifying. And maybe the coolest part, you're actually making the entire network stronger just by participating. So let's be super clear here. A node is not just a passive little relay station. Oh no, it is an active participant in the network. It's your own personal sovereign window onto the blockchain. It downloads the entire history, and it checks every single rule for itself. It doesn't ask for permission, it verifies the truth on its own. Okay, so that brings us to the hardware. How is all this power and sovereignty even possible for an average person? Well, this is where our little hero of the story comes in, the Raspberry Pi. Now, you might be thinking, hold on, don't I need some massive power-guzzling server for this? And yeah, that's the classic misconception. For the longest time, it felt like you needed to be a corporation or some super nerd with a basement full of gear. But that world, it's completely gone. Just look at these numbers. The difference is absolutely staggering. Setup cost, a fraction of a regular desktop server. And the energy costs, we're talking about pennies a day, like way less than your coffee habit for sure, compared to hundreds of bucks a year for a big machine. And the size, I mean, come on. One fits on a bookshelf, the other needs its own zip code. So yeah, to wrap up the why Pi question, it's just the perfect tool for the job. It's cheap, it's tiny, it's totally silent, so you can just tuck it away and forget about it, and it just sips electricity. It is literally built to be on 24/7 without you even knowing it's there. All right, convinced yet? You get the why, you get the what, so let's talk about the how. And don't worry, we're going to break this down into a super simple 3-step mission. This is the perfect weekend project. Here's the whole blueprint. It's that easy. Step 1, assemble your hardware. You need the Pi, a good, fast SSD drive, that's important, and a case. Step 2, install the brains. You're going to flash the software onto that drive. And then step 3, the easiest part, you kick back and begin the Great Sync. And when I say Great Sync, I'm not kidding. Your tiny little box is about to download and check the entire history of Ethereum. Right now, that's clocking in at over 1.5 terabytes. Think about that. Every single transaction, every single contract deployed, all the way back to the very beginning. Now, fair warning, this is going to take a while. Could be a few days, maybe even a week. But listen, don't think of it as just waiting around. This is your node earning its stripes. It's like a rite of passage. This is the moment it becomes a true first-class citizen on the Ethereum network. All right, so the sync is done. You've been patient. That little light on your Pi is blinking happily. So, what now? Well, now comes the good part. Let's talk about what you've actually gained from all this. Honestly, you've basically unlocked a set of digital superpowers. You've got true self-sovereignty. You're not asking anyone else what your balance is. You know. You've got way better privacy because your transactions go straight from your node to the network. You've got censorship resistance. No single company can cut you off. And this is huge, you've personally made Ethereum a little bit stronger, a little more resilient. And that right there, that's the whole magic of decentralization, isn't it? Your one little node might feel like a single drop in the ocean, but the ocean is made of drops. All of our nodes together, all these individual bricks, they build this incredible, unstoppable fortress. Every single node counts. So let's end on this. This whole world of decentralization, it's not some abstract thing that just exists out there. It is actively being built right now, brick by individuals, people just like you. By setting up this node, you've laid your first brick in that foundation. So the only real question is, what are you going to build next?